Welcome back. Let's read some more. I start to get tired. I have many hundreds I like to read on Wikipedia. So I need to continue.
Robotaxi. A robotaxi, also known as robotaxi, self-driving taxi or driverless taxi, is an autonomous car, SA automation level 4 or 5, operated for a ride-sharing company. Some studies have hypothesized that robotaxis operated in an autonomous mobility on demand, AMOD, service could be one of the most rapidly adopted applications of autonomous cars at scale and a major mobility solution in the near future, especially in urban areas. 1. Moreover, they could have a very positive impact on road safety, traffic congestion and parking. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Robotaxis could also reduce pollution and consumption of energy, since these services will most probably use electric cars. 7. And for most of the rides, less vehicle size and range is necessary compared to individually owned vehicles. 8. The expected reduction of the number of vehicles means less embodied energy. 9. However, energy consumption for a distribution of empty vehicles must be taken into account. 10. Robotaxis would reduce operating costs by eliminating the need for a human driver, which might make it an affordable form of transportation and increase the popularity of transportation as a service, TaaS, as opposed to individual car ownership. 11, 12, 13, 14. However, such developments could lead to job destruction. 15, 16, and new challenges concerning operator liabilities. 17. In addition, robotaxis have broken down and blocked roads. 18. They have also failed to yield for emergency vehicles. According to San Francisco Supervisor Aaron Peskin, there have been 50 documented incidents of interference with first responders in the Bay Area by robotaxis. 19. Predictions of the widespread and rapid introduction of robotaxis by as early as 2018 have not been realized. There are a number of pilot trials underway in cities around the world, some of which are in revenue service and open to the public. However, questions have been raised as to whether the progress of self-driving technology has stalled and whether issues of social acceptance, cybersecurity and cost have been addressed. 2021. Current status. Vehicle costs. So far all the trials have involved specially modified passenger cars with space for 2 or 4 passengers sitting in the back seats behind a partition. LiDAR, cameras and other sensors have been used on all vehicles. The cost of early vehicles has been estimated at up to $300,000 due to custom manufacture and specialized sensors. However, the prices of some components such as the LiDAR has fallen by up to 90%. Volume production may see the cost fall further, and Baidu announced in June 2021 it would start producing Robotaxi for 500,000 yuan, $77,665, each. 22. Waymo has estimated its hardware costs in 2021 at 30 cents per mile, $0.19 per kilometer, but this excludes the cost of fleet technicians and customer support. 23. Although Tesla has discussed a sub $25,000 Tesla Robotaxi, and as of 2023 is designing an assembly line that will accommodate the vehicle. 24. Waymo has explicitly said that Tesla is not a competitor in the early 2020s Robotaxi market. 23. Passenger tests. Several companies are testing Robotaxi services, especially in the United States and in China. All tests so far only operate in a geo-fenced area. Service areas for Robotaxis, often dubbed the Objective Design Domain, OD, by the industry, are specially designated zones where Robotaxis can safely provide service. Separate to these efforts have been trials of shared autonomous vehicles with larger vehicles on fixed routes with designated stops, able to carry between 6 and 10 passengers. Most of these shuttle buses operate at low speeds, although recently a number of vehicles capable of highway speeds have been revealed, including the Zooey and the Cruise Origin. Taxi license. In February 2018 in Arizona, the state has granted Waymo a transportation network company permit. 25. In February 2022 in California, the California Public Utilities Commission issued driver deployment permits to Cruise and Waymo to allow for passenger service in autonomous vehicles with a safety driver present in the vehicle. These carriers must hold a valid California Department of Motor Vehicles (DMV) deployment permit and meet the requirements of the Quick Driver Deployment Program. 26. And in June 2022, Cruise has scored final approvals to operate a commercial Robotaxi service in San Francisco. 27. 28. In April 2022, Chinese companies Baidu and Pony.ai received permits to deploy Robotaxis without humans in the driver's seat on open roads within a 23 square mile area in the Beijing Economic Technological Development area, and it was the first time in their home country. 29. 30. In the 10th of August 2023, the California Public Utilities Commission approved resolutions granting additional operating authority for Cruise LLC and Waymo LLC to conduct commercial passenger service using driverless vehicles in San Francisco. The approval includes the ability for both companies to charge fares for rides at any time of day. History. First trials. In August 2016, MIT spin-off Nutonomy was the first company to make Robotaxis available to the public, starting to offer rides with a fleet of 6 modified Renault Zoes and Mitsubishi i-MiEVs in a limited area in Singapore. 31. Nutonomy later signed 3 significant partnerships to develop its Robotaxi service, with Grab, Uber's rival in Southeast Asia, with Group PSA, which is supposed to provide the company with Peugeot 3008 SUVs, and the last one with LYFT to launch a Robotaxi service in Boston. 32, 33, 34, 35. In August 2017, Cruise Automation, a self-driving startup acquired by General Motors in 2016, launched a beta version of a Robotaxi service for its employees in San Francisco using a fleet of 46 Chevrolet Bolt EVs. 36, 37. Testing and revenue service timeline. Trials listed have a safety driver unless otherwise indicated. The commencement of a trial does not mean it is still active. August 2016, Nutonomy launched its autonomous taxi service using a fleet of 6 modified Renault Zoes and Mitsubishi i-MiEVs in Singapore. September 2016, Uber started allowing a select group of users in Pittsburgh to order robotaxis from a fleet of 14 vehicles. 2 Uber engineers were always in the front seats of each vehicle. March 2017, an Uber self-driving car was hit and flipped on its side by another vehicle that failed to yield. In October 2017, Uber started using only one test driver. April 2017, Waymo started a large-scale robotaxi tests in a geofenced suburb of Phoenix, Arizona, with a driver monitoring each vehicle. The service area was about 100 square mi, 260 square kilometers, 38. In November 2017, some testing without drivers began. Commercial operations began in November 2019. August 2017, Cruise Automation launched the beta version Robotaxi service for 250 employees, 10% of its staff, in San Francisco using a fleet of 46 vehicles. March 2018, a woman attempting to cross a street in Tempe, Arizona at night was struck and killed by an Uber vehicle while the onboard engineer was watching videos. Uber later started testing, but only during daylight hours and at slower speeds. August 2018, Yandex began a trial with 2 vehicles in Innopolis, Russia, 3940. December 2018, Waymo started self-driving taxi service, dubbed Waymo One, in Arizona for paying customers. 41. April 2019, Pony.re launched a pilot system covering 50 square kilometers, 19 square mi, in Guangzhou for employees and invited affiliated, serving predefined pickup points. 42. November 2019, WeRide Robotaxi began a pilot service with 20 vehicles in Guangzhou Huangpu over an area of 144.65 square kilometers, 55.85 square mi, 43, 44. November 2019, Pony.re started a 3-month trial in Irvine, California with 10 cars and stops for pickup and drop-off. 45. April 2020, Baidu opened its trial of 45 vehicles in Changsha to public users for free trips, serving 100 designated spots on a set 135 kilometers, 84 mi, network. Services operation from 9:20 am to 4:40 p.m. with a safety driver and a navigator, allowing space for 2 passengers in the back. 46. June 2020, DIDI Robotaxi service begins operation in Shanghai in an area that covers Shanghai's Automobile Exhibition Center, the local business districts, subway stations and hotels in the downtown area. 47. August 2020, Baidu began offering free trips, without bookings, on its trial in Canzhou, which serves 55 designated spots over predefined routes. 48. December 2020, AutoX, which is backed by Alibaba Group, launched a non-public trial of driverless robotaxis in Shenzhen with 25 vehicles. 49. Visavice was then opened to the public in January 2021. 50. 51. February 2021, Waymo One began limited robotaxi service in a number of suburbs of San Francisco for a selection of its own employees. In August 2021, the public was invited to apply to use service, with places limited. A safety driver is present in each vehicle. The number of vehicles involved has not been disclosed. 52. May 2021, Baidu commences a commercial robotaxi service with 10 Apollo Go vehicles in a 3 square kilometers, 1.2 square mi, area with 8 pickup and drop-off stops, in Shaogang Park in western Beijing. 53. July 2021. Baidu opened a pilot program to the public in Guangzhou with a fleet of 30 sedans serving 60 square mi, 160 square kilometers, in the Huangpu district. 54. 200 designated spots are served between 9:30 a.m. and 11 p.m. every day. 55. July 2021. Deeproot.re began a free-of-charge trial with 20 vehicles in downtown Shenzhen serving 100 pick-up and drop-off locations. 56.